Hello everybody, and welcome back to another one of Mudflap's movie reviews. Today we will be discussing The House of Gucci, which is directed by Ridley Scott and music by Harry Gregson Williams. This movie stars Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Al Pacino, Jared Leto, Jeremy Irons, and Salma Hayek. At the start of the movie, we meet Lady Gaga's character Patricia Reggiani and Adam Driver's character Maurizio Gucci, and we get to see when they first met in the late 70s, and then throughout the course of the movie that takes place during the 80s and the early 90s, we see how their marriage goes, how the business starts to grow, and sadly eventually there's falling out, and with the family members there's falling out between Patricia and Maurizio. Just over a course of 15 years or so, we get to see how the Gucci legacy came to be. This movie is directed by Ridley Scott, who you may recognize from his logo Scott Free. He's done a bunch of stuff for a very long time. He directed Alien, he directed Blade Runner, Gladiator, and a whole bunch of other great movies. Ridley Scott prides himself with a specific directing style with the use of light. He likes to use contrasting light and also utilizes fog and steam to give a really cool tone to the movie, lighting his subjects to just give a darker, more noir feel. This movie is definitely has darker feels to it. If you see this movie, make sure you take notice to see how he uses his light and fog and then creates his own unique image with the combination of those two elements. It's really cool. So this movie is based off the book The House of Gucci by Sarah Gay Forden, which recalls the true events of the Gucci family and the Reggiani family and how it came to be. Just lots of twists, lots of turns, betrayal, power, greed, all the things that any family dynasty has gone through at one time or another. And as you know, Gucci is now a very successful clothing line company. It didn't used to be that way. Throughout this movie, Lady Gaga's character Patricia feels like the outsider because she came from a pretty low background. Her father owns a trucking company and she marries into this wealthy Gucci family. So she's treated as an outsider for most of the movie, and there's a point where she's had enough and she takes matters into her own hands. And that's where the whole Gucci legacy becomes unraveled. So my personal thoughts on the movie were I really loved it. Ridley Scott never disappoints me. He always has just such a unique flair for bringing out the best in actors, but also bringing out the best in how you can light something, how you can portray a story. The actors were great. Lady Gaga, it's great to see her back on the silver screen. I'm really liking that she's starting to get into the movie business. She was in A Star Is Born. She's also been in a few episodes of American Horror Story for all of those out there who love horror shows. She's really getting into the acting niche, and I really like seeing that. I love when singers really start branching out and do different things, just seeing if they're good at it or not. And Lady Gaga has showed that she's really good at becoming different personas, learning how to do different accents, and I think she did a great job at portraying Patricia Reggiani in this movie. Then you got Adam Driver, who you probably recognize as Kylo Ren from Star Wars. Big names like Al Pacino and Jeremy Irons. Salma Hayek has a small role in this movie. She plays a medium. Jared Leto was unrecognizable to me for a while. He really gets into his characters, but he's very good at changing how he looks, how he acts. He's just a very fluid actor, and I really respect that. I'd say the only con to this movie, it's a little long. It's over 2.5 hours long, but I think that's necessary to really establish all the finite details of what exactly happened and how the Gucci legacy fell apart. Pros, Ridley Scott's directing style I love seeing all the lighting. He does some cool camera angles too, very unconventional camera angles. They all did a great job at portraying their characters. The music was great, a lot of great 80s music. Most of the movie took place in the 80s, so any 80s fans out there, you're gonna love the soundtrack for this movie. Yeah, I definitely recommend anybody who likes crime movies, anybody who likes stories based on true events. It's definitely a darker drama, darker crime movie. I would recommend you go out and see The House of Gucci as soon as you can. I'll give this movie 7 Mudflaps. It was really good. Not great. Like I said, I think the length kind of took me out at times, but this length is necessary. As always, thanks for watching another one of Mudflap's movie reviews. Remember to hit the subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notifications for my upcoming movie reviews. See you next time.